Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Josephine, your favorite teacher as well. Well guys, I know it has been a while since I last made a video, but you know, I get busy and sometimes I get lazy to make a video, but regardless, I'm here and I'll always be here whenever I can to make a video. So guys, thank you for those who have already subscribed to my channel. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, and those who are new, we are always talking about teaching assistant, teaching jobs in Dubai. And as you all know, I recently moved to the USA, and so I'm always sharing about life experiences both in the UAE and in the USA. So guys, if it's your first time here, stick around and please don't forget to subscribe. So guys, let's dive straight into it. So today it's going to be all about personal stories and all that stuff. So I know you guys out there, sometimes you look at my life and be like, she's so lucky, everything comes her ways. Yes, I won't deny I've been lucky. God has blessed me, and each and every day I thank him for all the blessings he has given me, both when I was in Dubai, even when I'm in the USA. Blessings keep coming, but that doesn't mean that I don't go through challenges sometimes. But the point is how you handle the challenges that are thrown on your way. Of course, I do go through challenges, and I'm going to give you a personal story of how those challenges that I faced when I was working in Dubai helped me to turn my life around. So everyone does go through challenges. That's one thing I can tell you. And I've been through different challenges as well. But just the way you handle them and how everything goes is what really defines you. So there was a time when I was working in Dubai at a school where I was working. That was very challenging for me. It was a very difficult time for me, and during that time I felt like everything was turning around, but I never gave up. In the school where I was working, they just woke up one day and they fired all the black Africans, all the Africans that were working at our branch except me. And when I say Africans, I mean black Africans that were working at our branch. And because I remember it was after lunch when the children have gone, so the manager called one by one, because we were working. We had two Nigerians, we had two ladies from Nigeria, we had one lady from Cameroon, and we had three by then it was two of us from Uganda. So the total of all of us who were black Africans at the moment at that branch, we were five black Africans. And when I say teaching assistants, and the rest were from Philippines. So it was one day, and the manager called one by one, like, hey, come to my office. So the other person goes to the office, they talk, and then that person goes out. Then they call the other person, they talk with the manager, the other person goes out. So I'm in my class, I don't know what's going on, and this one Ugandan lady comes and she's telling me, do you know that we are all fired, all black Africans from this branch? I'm like, stop joking, because I knew she liked joking and joking around. So I was like, I don't think so, you're joking. She said, they have called me in the office and they have told me this and this, and they have called the other lady, they have told this and this. It's you they have not yet called. I was like, really? Before this lady could finish, the other lady from Cameroon came in and she was like, they told me the same thing, and now the other lady is inside the office. I don't know what's happening. So I was like, I think you guys are joking with me. And then even the other two Nigerians, they came out and it was the same thing. They all were fired except me, thank God. But they were fired instantly with no warning later, because I think that's the company policy. If someone does something for the first time, they give them the first warning later, they give them the second warning later, and if they don't change, then they fire them. But for this incident, it just happened once, in like out of the blue. Okay, I would say some of the ladies had committed some things and they had been complained about them, but not all of them. Like that time our manager was this kind of lady. I like her too much because I liked the way she managed, but she also had some weaknesses. That's the word. So her weakness was, if someone goes to the office and tells her something that, oh, maybe Josephine has done this and this, she will not call me to ask my side of the story. So she will keep that in record that I did it. But remember, I have my side of the story, right? So we had this one head teaching assistant. She most likely liked to complain about everyone, whether you did it or you didn't do it. So she would complain about it, and she went to the manager all the time, complain, and instead of the manager calling the people she's complaining about, she always just wrote the complaint that this person is doing this and this. So when she called all the Black Africans, I'll emphasize it because it was really the Black Africans. When she called all the Black Africans, she was telling them all that the lady had said. And I was like, really? Once someone tells you something, call me so I can give you my side of the story. But anyways, cutting the story short, I know some ladies had really weaknesses, like some used to come late, some used to miss, but not all that, and they had never been given a warning. And there is this Cameroonian lady, she didn't have much. She didn't have like much of the reasons that she could be fired. So I felt like they only targeted the Black Africans. They wanted the Black Africans out of that branch. So I felt very bad. Fine, I was very lucky that I kept my job. They didn't fire me because they didn't have a reason to fire me. So I was very, very grateful for that. But at the same time, I felt unwanted at that branch. I felt unwanted in that company. So, and the worst part of it was, after they fired all the Black Africans at the branch, and when they started advertising for new positions, they put like only Tagalog speakers, meaning they only wanted the Filipino people. They didn't want Black Africans. So, like, they didn't tell you directly that they don't want you But imagine waking up one day and they have fired all your friends or all your people of the same kind. Not that the Filipinos were not my friends or they were not good to me, but when that happened, it didn't leave me the same. I felt very, very bad. I felt very unwanted at the branch. I felt like each day of going to work, the good thing, I liked children. That was what kept me going. I loved children. I loved working with children, and the salary was good as well. But each day that I went to work, I felt like, oh, they really don't want me here, just because they didn't have a reason to fire me at the moment, but they don't want me here. So I felt it every day, and it was eating me inside. And remember, these were my friends, so I really felt bad. I felt challenged, and I knew that with time it will be my turn to be fired. And I remember I told all my friends when I went back home. I called my sister, I told everyone, all my friends, because that's the way I process my challenges. I talk about it. So I told all my friends at where I was staying, and they were like, oh really? So those next days, they felt like, I know the Filipino friends, they were good to me, but still that feeling of not being wanted was really eating me up. So I felt that was a big challenge for me. But when I went back home, and I'm like, okay, so very soon maybe they will fire you as well out of the blue. So what are you going to do? Remember, I didn't want to look for another job as a teaching assistant, because I felt like, okay, their salary was a bit better than other schools. Like if you search for a teaching assistant in another school, the salary range will be the same as this school. So I was like, I don't want to have the same salary other 2 years. So what am I going to do? So instead of feeling sorry for myself, I did feel sorry for myself for maybe like a week. I will not lie to you. I felt sorry for myself. I felt unwanted at that place, because if someone fires all the people of your kind, if all of them had a reason, but at least 2 of them didn't have much to be fired for, they had some like I told you, the other girl liked to complain about it, and they didn't do it, but the manager never called them to hear their side of the story. So I was like, okay, so you are not wanted at this place, so what's your next move? And I felt sorry for myself for a week. I was very, very sad. I felt very, very sad. But after a week, I sat myself down and I was like, okay, this is what's happening. You know, they don't want you there. But what are you going to do? You don't want to look for another teaching assistant job because you feel like you have done enough teaching assistant job. So I was like, okay, so how about I start looking for a job as a full-time teacher? And you know, when you sit there and you're talking to yourself, you're thinking to yourself, and I was like, how about I start searching for a job as a full-time teacher? Of course, I have a bachelor's degree in social work and social administration. I have the experience as a teaching assistant, but maybe they will not hire me. So I was like, so what can I do so they can hire me? And I'm like, oh, I can do a course I can do a course in early childhood, a teaching course in early childhood, because if you have a bachelor's degree and you're doing the early childhood in Dubai, you can be a teacher even without a course. But I was like, oh, since I'm from Africa, they might not give me, so I decided to do the catch level 3. And I said, okay, so after my catch level 3, I'll be able to apply as a full-time teacher in another school, because I knew I'm very confident and I have all the experience to deal with children, because really I had the experience. Even when teachers were not around, we could manage the classroom. That was easy. The only thing was the paper. So I said, let me do a course, catch level 3, to help me become a teacher. So I undertook the course at an institute in Dubai, and I did the course. It's a 1-year course. I did the course and I completed the course, and I was ready to start applying for teaching jobs. But God helped me. God had my prayers. I was dreaming small for myself, but God was dreaming this big for me. So that goes back to what I said, how I turned my pain into gain. So instead of feeling sorry for myself every day and be like, oh, I felt sorry for myself for a week, and the next day I had a solution for what I wanted to do, which I did, and which helped me to move to the next step of my life, which I'm very grateful for. And praise God for every day, because I know God never disappoints. He had my pain when I felt unwanted and a bit lonely, but don't get me wrong, the Filipino friends were good to me. They were good to me, though sometimes, you're the only African, all of them are Filipinos. Sometimes we could have a meeting and all they would do is talk in their Tagalog. Of course, they would be like, oh, excuse me, Miss Josephine, I'm so sorry, but I was speaking my language, because they will understand it so well. I'm like, okay, do whatever you want, because at that moment I didn't have any more energy in me to argue with people. So I was like, okay, I'll just go to my class. You'll come and explain to me whatever you guys talk about. You understand? But of course, that only as well made me feel like I'm out of place. It really didn't feel good, and adjusting at the moment wasn't easy, but I had to adjust. I had to fit in, and life had to move on. But I had to find plan B of how I can handle that, and thank God I did, and I turned my pain into gain. I did something for myself. I did catch level 3, and because of the catch level 3, it helped me as well to move to another country. So I'm so grateful. We all face challenges, but that doesn't mean that your whole world is going to turn upside down. You can turn that challenge into your gain, just like I did. I hope no one takes this video into something. It's just my personal experience and how I felt at the moment and how I overcame the challenge. But anyways, tell me about your experiences if you're working in a company in Dubai. Tell me some of your experiences in the company that almost challenged your life. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Hope you have a lovely time, and hope you guys turn your challenges into gains just like I did.